Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of NASCAR Heat 5 Career Mode in Season number 3. Is up on the screen. You have the results from the Truck Series race that we simulated at Gateway, where Connor Jones in the 66 for ThorSport Racing got his first career Craftsman Truck Series victory and gets a spot in the playoffs with a huge upset, defeating Caden Honeycutt and Ryan Preece and Ty Majeski, followed up by Sanchez at top 5. You see the rest of the results there on your screen. Not a great debut for Andres Perez, coming home in 31st. But Connor Jones was off the massive upset here at Gateway. And then, while at the same time I simulated that race, it also simulated the race after that on me, which was at the Kentucky Speedway. So at Kentucky, it was the 41 of Stephen Parsons getting his first career win. So now we have back-to-back first-time winners of the Craftsman Truck Series, with Connor Jones and Stephen Parsons taking up 2 of the remaining 3 playoff spots. So Parsons also beats Majeski, Preece, and Honeycutt, who continue to be top 5 in consecutive races. See there, our number 1 truck did not start, and then another tough finish for Friesen, Ankrum, and Andres Perez there below the top 25. So yeah, then Stephen Parsons gets the win at Kentucky. So that's the second Nice truck locked in the playoffs. As now we're going to look at the updated Craftsman Truck Series playoff grid, where obviously there's now 9 of the 10 spots have been filled with winners, and we still have 3 races to go until the Truck Series playoffs begin. Of course, Parsons and Connor Jones punching their tickets in leaves just Ryan Preece, the last guy in on points, and right now he has the points to make it. As long as there's no new winner, Ryan Preece is guaranteed that final spot. Everyone else below the cut line is in a must-win situation. So very interesting to see how those next 3 races will go for trucks. Everyone else trying to win, they have to get in, except Preece. And now we also went through a NASCAR Xfinity Series race. We simulated the race at Kentucky Speedway, where Connor Zilisch back in victory lane for the 3rd time this season. And so he's got 3 victories. He beats Allgaier, Caruth, Creed, and Gregson in the top 5. How about Garrett Smithley having a great 6th place finish for him in that small JD Motorsports team. Also a Ty Dillon top 10. See the rest of the grid there. Tanner Gray back in the 19 comes home in 12th. SVG in the 97 this weekend comes home 25th. So Connor Zilisch gets the win in Kentucky in the Xfinity Series. And just like the trucks, it simulated 2 Xfinity races as well. So besides Kentucky, it then proceeded to simulate the race at Chicagoland Speedway. And the Xfinity Series returned to Chicagoland, and Connor Zilisch won that as well. So back-to-back race wins for the 99 of Connor Zilisch, who now has 4 wins in his rookie season, which puts him easily at the top of the playoff grid, really establishing himself as a top threat for the title. Custer, Gregson, Caruth, and Jesse Love the top 5. Another top 10 for Ty Dillon. Tanner Gray ends up 13th. Rest of the grid, our 97 car did not start in that race. So there you go. Connor Zilisch, back-to-back Xfinity wins here at Kentucky and Chicagoland. He has now acquired 4 wins on the season and sits atop the Xfinity Series playoff grid. So now we look at the Xfinity Series playoff grid. Of course, Connor Zilisch, those 4 wins, and now separates himself from Sheldon Creed and Sammy to the top of the board. And we remain 4 drivers in on points. Still comfortable gaps for Gregson, Custer, Allgaier, and Raja Caruth, who now has a 67-point lead over Christian Eckes at the playoff bubble. Of course, Eckes trying to fight his way in, and just Taylor Gray on down, all triple digits or more below the cut line. Must-win situations for all those guys. Eckes, Taylor Gray, Brandon Jones, Kligerman, Ty Dillon, Ryan C., Connor Mozak, and Ryan Vargas. So there you go. A very strong performance from Connor Zilisch, getting 2 wins. Sits atop the Xfinity Series playoff grid. Now we head for our main event here, which you've been seeing in the background, practice and qualifying for the Cup Series, as we head to the Richmond Raceway for the NASCAR Cup Series Federated Auto Parts 400. So another short track race here at Richmond. Last season, this is where Chase Briscoe clinched his spot in the playoffs with the upset win here at Richmond. Let's see if he can do it again. For our stories of the race, though, Austin Hill is a little bit slow today in the 3-car. Ryan Blaney on the pole, continuing to impress on these short tracks. And Bubba Wallace, who just had a terrible season, failed tech inspection. He'll be starting at the rear of the field today's race. We are back in the Best Buy machine here at Richmond. As the green flag's down, we are underway here at Richmond. Who will get the win under the lights here on some good old short track races? We're on the inside of Zane Smith. I'll try to go on the inside of John Hunter Nemechek to break into the top 25 here at Richmond, which we will do here. out of turn 2 up into 24th now, chasing down Hamlin and Reddick, 2 rivals directly in front of us. A couple of them cheating Yoders. Now give a big shot to Denny Hamlin. The 11 move him up into Todd Gilliland, who is also a rival. We get by the 38 for 23rd place and set our sights on Shane Van Gisbergen. And the 16, if you also we get by him for 21st. Now we're squeezing by Tyler Reddick, forcing our way through there into 20th, as he was giving us no room at all as rivals do in this game with the broken system that the rivals are. And now a few laps later, we're going to the inside of Cole Custer, and we go by Stone Cole into 19th, and set our sights on Riley Erbs for position number 18. With 9 to go in Open Stage Racing, so now into 1 and 2, we go right to the inside of Riley Erbst, show our superior speed in the car, easily go by Erbst. Into 18th we go. Now we chase down Hamlin. A few laps there, we got a little bit up the racetrack there, try to lift Tyler Reddick, so inside slams into us. Now we're into each other through the whole corner. Reddick slides and he spins in front of us. We slam the outside wall to avoid running into the back of Reddick, but that cost us a ton of time. So the car's ahead of us. Now we have to regroup to try to hold on to 18th, as here comes Cole Custer and Kyle Busch to our inside. Custer, of course, the Xfinity champ, and Kyle Busch, of course, 2-time Cup Series champion, just struggling this year in that number 8 Chevrolet for RCR. Now we send it back to the inside to 1 and 2, 3 wide for 18th. Mid-pack here, we make the pass on Kyle Busch and Cole Custer and are back into 18th here in Richmond. Last up of Stage 1, Chase Briscoe gets the Stage 1 win and is on pace to do exactly what he did last year in this race, and that is a win and clinch a playoff spot from below the cut line. So Briscoe, your Stage 1 winner. Blaney, Byron, Chandler Smith, and Josh Berry run out the top 5. Then Chase Elliott, Chris Buescher, Ross Chastain, Ty Gibbs, and how about Carson Hocevar getting the last stage point in 10th, but nothing for us. As we restart in Stage 2, we already dived to the inside of Logano looking for a top 15 spot. Hamlin gives a shot in the back of Larson, who is sideways in front of us, and around goes Larson. He spins into Bubba Wallace in front of the pack, 2 wheels in the air, spins, keeps it straight. We stay green, but disastrous turn of events for Kyle Larson. He loses a ton of spots on the racetrack. As we continue this extremely long Stage 2, Joey Logano and I fighting for 14th here. We let him go through 1 and 2, almost giving him a bump right there, trying to get back underneath him, slide up the racetrack, stay ahead of Denny Hamlin, who was the one who sent me into Larson there in the restart. So I was still not happy about the way Hamlin got into me there. Now we're exit of turn 2, still fighting the inside of Joey Logano for his 14th place on the racetrack, as it is now Blaney who is taking the race lead back away from Briscoe here in Richmond, as now we clear Logano for 14th. A few laps later, here comes C. Bell to the inside. Bell looking to move into this spot as we go way too high up the racetrack, slam the outside wall there, pushing it too hard. The car just got loose into the wall. We go. Miners were able to continue, but we lose 14th, drop down to 15th. And now here comes Denny Hamlin back to the inside. The 11 goes by into 15th. I'm still not happy about how he raced me on the restart, so we just go into turn 1, send it in deep, and get into Denny and spin him to the outside wall hard, giving Hamlin big damage. We bounce off of him after he bounces off the wall, and we hold 15th. Few ups there, a huge checkup. Bell, Bowman, a lot of guys slowing down. Is that Zane Smith, who has wedged his car in the outside wall after a blown tire? He is done, but shockingly, no caution call by NASCAR. Down the back stretch, it's Brad Keselowski wiping out in front of us. We barely avoid him down the back stretch. Now Keselowski has a flat tire. So that's our second one today, and now look, here we go, next up later, Keselowski's still stuck on the bottom, which allows us to go from 12th all the way up to 9th, now in stage point position here, late in Stage 2, because the back-to-back blown tires, now a third blown tire. There goes Todd Gilliland into the outside wall. So first, it was Zane Smith. Second, it was Keselowski. Now it's Todd Gilliland. 3 blown tires within 3 laps. Gillen wipes out, stacks up Christopher Bell. Huge stack up back here. And as we try to hold off Stenhouse for 10th, he starts, still no caution by the way, he starts to chase Briscoe, get loose, sliding off of him for 9th, pushing it a little bit too hard and exit of the corner right there. And we continue to be side by side with Ricky. Here as we turn forward, we get loose. We're trying to correct it and slam Stenhouse into the outside wall hard. Huge damage to both of us, and the caution finally comes out for that. Now we have a restart late in Stage 2. We're sending on the inside of Sam Mayer for a position, trying to get back up to Bowman and Belly for this 13th spot. We swing to the inside of the 48, trying to move our way forwards, but just a tough end of that streak there, though. A ton of blown tires. NASCAR didn't throw the yellow for that, yet they threw the yellow for me and Stenhouse getting into the wall after my mistake there, so I apologize to Ricky for that. I did not mean at all to slam him into the wall like that. I just lost control of the car and tried to correct it. Now we're going by Joey Logano on the inside lane for 12th on the restart. Go by him. Start sights on Chandler Smith in the 18 for P11. A few laps later, we go right by the 18 of Smith. Not quite, a little bit of contact on exit 2. As Chandler Smith still keeps his nose there on our outside. We'll continue to be side by side here through 3 and 4 for position. Byron now leading the race. So we get by Chandler for 11th. Now working our way by Eric Jones for P10 to get to the top 10. And that's what we will do as we get on Eric Jones. Are now in the top 10. Here as we come to the last stop of Stage 2, Ryan Blaney will bring home the Stage 2 win here in Richmond. And we survive and scooch our way to the line to come home in 10th, earning 1 stage point today, being P10 in stage number 2. So at least we got a stage point. But Blaney takes care of business. He wins stage 2, followed by Byron, Busher, Berry, and your stage 1 winner Briscoe, the top 5. Then Gibbs, Hocevar again, Elliott, Bell, and myself, the top 10. So really standout runs from Hocevar, Josh Berry, Chase Briscoe today. So 41 to go here in this final stage of racing. We restart 10th on the outside of Christopher Bell, trying to move up to the field. We give a bump to Chase Elliott through 1 and 2, and around goes the 9. We descend Chase Elliott around. We just dump the 9 out of turn 2. I mean, oh, that is an absolute villain move right there. Might be starting a villain arc here in the career modes. We just dumped the 9 at Chase Elliott because I was sick of the way the rivals were racing me, so I just got rid of him. As we go by Ty Gibbs for 8th place here a few laps later. Trying to hold off Ty. We slide a little bit too high through 3 and 4. Here comes Gibbs to the inside. And we're side by side down the front stretch 34, but Gibbs is slamming into his rivals, so we get into him, and Gibbs just slides, and around he goes in front of us. We hit his fender, and he completely wipes out. There goes Ty Gibbs wrecking in front of a ton of cars. And a caution will come out. And now on the restart, we pitted for 4 fresh tires. We drop back to the back end of the lead lap at 20th. Now we're getting squeezed between Larson, McDowell, and Bubba. And the second time today, Larson gets used up. Now Bubba and I side by side into 1 and 2. And Bubba just loses it. Around goes Bubba Wallace. He loops it on the apron. We stay green, no yellow, but not the way Bubba was looking to rebound after a tough start to the season. It just continues here in Richmond there. That one was definitely not. I did not mean that to Bubba, you know. So now 30 to go on the restart. We're trying to go 3 wide with Ty Gibbs and Sam Mayer, former Xfinity rivals. Here we go by Bowman. 4 wide for position. We make the pass. Into 14th we go on these slightly fresher tires. Now setting our sights on Eric Jones in the 43 for 13th here through 3 and 4. We go the inside of Eric Jones for position. Good run through the front straightaway. Still 29 laps to go in this race. We go the inside of Eric Jones now. Into 13th we go. Next 2 guys to pass are Joey Logano and Tyler Reddick. We get a huge run out of 2. Give Logano enough room to keep racing as we go into 3 and 4 now for position. We send to the inside of Joey, move into 12th, and go after Tyler Reddick up ahead in position number 11 here with 28 to go in this race. Up ahead of him, you got the 4 of Josh Berry and the 20 of Christopher Bell. So we go by the inside of Reddick through 1 and 2. Not going to be able to clear him on exit. Side-by-side contact made as we are both rivals. I'm trying to give him room here, so we drive by Reddick into 3 and 4, who slides up the racetrack, almost spins. He saves it. And now we go the inside of Christopher Bell for 10th. Just like that, we're back in the top 10 here with 27 to go in Richmond. Now underneath the 1 of Ross Chastain for 9th place. So we'll go by our teammate there for P9 and go after Ricky Stenhouse for 8th. There's Bubba Wallace coming out of the pit lane now, multiple laps down after that incident. And now we easily go right by the inside of Ricky Stenhouse, who's having a really good short track run here in Richmond for position number 8. So we go by Ricky. We take 8th away, so our sights down on the 18 of Chandler Smith for 7th. Contact us to the corner. We get loose. We save it, and a caution comes out because the 62 of Anthony Alfredo blew a tire down the front stretch right in front of Daniel Hemrick. Alfredo spun into the outside wall, and that's why the yellow came out. So here we are, 22 to go in Richmond. Restart in 7th. We dive to the inside of Berry and Byron. Everyone came in for 4 tires and fuel. I had to come in for fuel, or else we wouldn't have been able to make it to the end. So we're into 6th by Josh Berry right there. Sorry, 7th. We're still battling Chandler Smith and William Byron for position. Byron, of course, a rival we've had a fierce rivalry with dating back to last season. And it just continues to grow here. 21 to go in this race. We send it to the inside of William for 6th here on the racetrack. Try to make that pass as we come up the racetrack. Big contact to the side of the 24. We save it, continue on going. We move into 6th, try to clear him through 3 and 4. Here comes Bell to the inside. Byron gives me a big shove. We slide into the 18, almost making contact, but Chandler Smith secures 5th. Now, next lap, we're back on the inside of the 18 of Smith, and we take that 5th spot away. So we're back in the top 5. Chris Busher at the front leading this race now. And now Blaney is taking leads. If you up there, we're trying to hold off Byron for 5th. Cannot quite do it. Byron a little bit of contact there as we go by start finish line. 17 to go. I'm frustrated the way Byron's been racing me all day, so he's getting to him here. Getting to his quarter panel. He's squeezing me down to the apron, so I'm not appreciating that at all. So I slam him there on exit, and I'm just really frustrated with the way William Byron's racing me. So I just give him a huge shot here. go right into him, force our way by him in 3 and 4, take 5th back. Now the next lap in 1 and 2, Byron gives us another shot. This time we door slam him into the outside wall right there, trying to cut down his tire. Unsuccessful. Byron continues on our outside. Next lap now goes underneath us for 3 and 4 and just bodies us out of the way right there. Completely no respect at all from that punk in the 24 right now. So we return the favor by absolutely dive bombing him in turn 1, spinning him into the outside wall. We somehow stay in front of Barry and Eric Jones right there with a late block, but Byron's wiped out. There goes all his track position, and we get rid of the Byron problem for the moment at least. Now we got another problem. That's called Ty Gibbs. He gives us a shot out of turn 4. He boots us out of the way. Here comes Larson. So we're door slamming Ty Gibbs. He's loose. We're all slamming to each other. Gibbs, Larson, a big punt around goes to 54. Into the wall in front of us. Larson sideways. We're all door slamming each other as we come through turn 4 into 8. And the caution comes out again. Now here we are with 9 laps to go. Here at Richmond, we decided to pit for fresh tires up the back end of the lead lap, and 20th there, battling with William Byron, who you just used him up, just got physical, moved him out of the way. Now trying to get to the inside of Sam Mayer for 16th, and of course Byron sends it right into our back bumper and gives us a shot, trying to ruin our race, as he's been trying to do all night long. Blaney leading this race, trying to get his 2nd win of the season. 8 to go now. We get into the top 15, clears Sam Mayer. Now working the inside of the 67 of Corey Heim here for position. Still, so I said, Byron still getting into my back bumper here. I mean, this guy can't he take a hint? And now we're 3 wide. Byron forces his way to our inside, made a squeeze up into his teammate Bowman. Byron just continues to slam us down the front stretch. At this point, this is the last draw, man. So I go in the corner. I just drive into William Byron, get him completely loose. He saves it off of Bowman, but he loses like 6 or 7 spots. So we finally get rid of that hack. Now, next lap, we're going 3 and 4. The inside of Logano and Jones, 3 wide for 11th here. Here comes Gibbs making it 4 wide at Richmond. Somehow we make it work. But now Ty Gibbs is door slamming us down the front stretch with just 6 laps remaining in this race. He slams into us, so we're going to still frustrate the way he and Byron are both racing us. On exit of 2 here, we just straight up right hook Ty Gibbs into the fence in front of Joey Logano, destroy Ty Gibbs. He slams the inside wall and now put an end to his day here. And by the next lap later, SVG blows a tire from 27th. He's in the wall and he is done for the day. Shayman Ginsburg a flat tire, but no caution again. NASCAR choosing to not throw the yellows. White flag in the air now. Final lap is on Colonel Bank. It is now Chase Briscoe who is taking the lead from Blaney. And Briscoe once again looking to win Richmond for the 2nd year in a row and lock himself into the playoffs. As through 4, Briscoe wins at Richmond over Blaney. In 3 and 4, we absolutely dive bomb Larson. Pull a Ryan Newman of Phoenix 2014. Put Larson in the fence. Take 10th away to get a top 10 as we come across the line. Just desperation there in the last lap, but a wild short track race with tons of tempers and aggression throughout results in a Chase Briscoe win. Just like last season, he wins at Richmond and jumps into the playoffs from below the cut line. Blaney, Busher, 2nd and 3rd, both who had led a lot of laps today. Chandler Smith and Josh Berry both having really good top 5 finishes. Carson Hocevar, a very impressive 6th place run. Then Chastain, Bell, Stenhouse, and of course myself, door slamming Larson for that final 10th spot in the top 10. And you see the rest of the race results there. Shout out top 20 for Sam Mayer, Corey Heim, Riley Earps. Good runs for those young drivers. Of course, at the bottom of the grid there, SVG, Gibbs, Elliott, Keselowski, Wallace, Hamlin. Just not their day today. I took our updated playoff grid after Chase Briscoe upsets and gets the win at Richmond. He jumps in and becomes our 12th different winner. We still have 9 races to go in the regular season and only 4 spots on points, which are held extremely comfortably by Byron, Bell, Reddick, and Gibbs, who all have them by at least a race and a half on the cut line and are looking really comfortable. Josh Berry on down. Basically, this from here on out must-win scenario to make the playoffs. So there you go. Chase Briscoe pulls off an upset and locks himself into the playoffs for Stewart-Haas Racing. Now, before we end the episode, as always, I want to give a shout out to my channel members, as it's still my boy Jeremy Isley. I appreciate you being a member, Jeremy. Thank you, and keep up the support. I really appreciate it. And if anyone else wants to become a member, the link is in the description down below. Just hit join and you'll get access to exclusive perks. So until next episode, I hope you all have a good one.